If you're anything like me and you collect records, then you might have the same problem that I'm having. I'm Jared from Jared's Place for Music, and would it be fair to assume that 50% of the people that have a half decent record collection are using the IKEA Kallax for their storage device? And it's great, right? It's affordable. It fits the records perfectly for height or for width if you put them in that way. It's a great thing. It's well built, seems to last. Sits a bit low to the ground. I've put mine on feet, which I'll show you in a minute. But the biggest problem that I have with it, and I bet you do as well, is that the records go too far to the back and they never look even across the front. So with thanks to Reddit, I might have found a solution and we're going to work through it together. I've not tried this. It's absolutely raw. So I don't know what this is going to work out like. It might be a disaster. It might be really good. It starts with a pool noodle. So the idea is that the pool noodle goes in the back and then the records push up against the pool noodle, and because it's soft, it doesn't damage the record sleeves. And apparently if you cut it to just over the width of the box, the tension of it holds it in there just fine. And it will sit nicely at the bottom. But then I also saw another option to make it just a little bit better, hopefully, and that is an expandable curtain rod to go down the middle, which you can then screw out with the thing over the top, so you still get your soft point of contact, and then it can sit midway up the box rather than down at the bottom, and the tension from the tension rod should hold it. So I bought these off Temu for not much, of course. I was kind of hoping they'd be spring loaded so I could push them in and then they would sort of spring out into place, but they're not. They are screw out, so I'm not sure how that's going to work once the foam is over it. And the other thing that may not be excellent about these is the ends are hard plastic, so they're not going to be that grippy. So I might have done some false economy there by buying the cheapest ones of these I could find. But we'll see. Let's have a look at the Kallax. Let's have a look at the problem that I'm having that I suspect you might be having as well. And let's see if we can solve this together. So here it is, right? They are all a bit sticky out or they're too far back and it just doesn't look good. I don't love it. So hopefully my little thing I found on Reddit will solve the problem. So I've got my records in alphabetical order, not by genre, just in alphabetical order. Got a couple of boxes of cupboards here of games, which we never ever play. Cubby hole for the cat. But yep, the main thing is let's get these records in some sort of nice, even display. So I've got my little setup here. It's just a coffee table. It's only from Kmart and it's been relegated anyhow because I got a new one. So here's my little bit of foam. Got my Stanley knife. This stuff is the easiest stuff in the world to cut, and I've used it for other things in the past. So it's easy to cut, so just a cheap Stanley knife will do. And there's my curtain rod, my extendable rod. And now it just needs to be cut to slightly beyond the width of these. So the first thing, of course, I'm going to have to empty one of these. So let's do this one. Get a bit of a sneak peek at some of the records I've got in there. Bit of David Sanborn. Love David Sanborn. All right. So I'm not much of a measurer. So I do things and I'm not much good at measuring stuff. So I'm going to start with just putting that there and then cutting it ever so slightly wider than the cabinet is. Only by, I guess, a few millimeters, because hopefully the rod is actually going to be the thing that holds it in place. So we'll start there. Bring that little thingo back. Where's my nick? That wasn't straight, but it'll be close enough. Ta-da! Ever so slightly wider. So that's a good start. All right, now that goes through there. Need to make it a bit longer. You know what? It's not going to need the curtain rod at all. That's just going to jam in there very easily at exactly the right height that I want it to be. That's not going to move at all. And put it right up at the back. I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look if you can see that. You can see that. So that's right on the back edge of the cube. Let's see what this looks like when they get pushed in. Starting with this one's got the cover on the wrong way. So let's sort that out. Is that how you put your covers on, people? I always have it so it's fully enclosed. Probably speed this up for the video, I think. Now I had a friend make me some separators for the letters, just a bit of wood, I guess, and it's got an R one side and an S the other, so I know R is this way, S is that way. Oh, have you ever heard these? These Linda Ronstadt with the Nelson Riddle Orchestra, oh my God, they are just the most gorgeous recordings. I got this box set thing for $10. It's just crazy. I've got two of them. I don't know what I paid for the other one. I've got a price on it. Yeah, that one I paid $45 for. But the Nelson Riddle Orchestra with, oh, I just can't describe how beautiful those albums are. I know she's primarily known perhaps as a country singer, but she's just a wonderful singer. So yeah, they're worth checking out, those Linda Ronstadt albums. They are very special. How are we going? Does it look okay? It's looking fairly even. Now, not all of these have got sleeves on them either, so that's something that I'm working on, getting sleeves for everything. Bit of prints. Love me some prints. Better go and get a P to replace that. You can actually buy these little dividers on Temu and eBay and stuff. So I think I might get some more of those from there. They're a little bit thinner as well, take up a bit less room. My wife's an Elvis fan, so I've got some Elvis records here. I bought her this collection for Christmas one year. She's never played it. So don't know if it's any good or not. Gregory Porter. Oh man, that dude can sing. That's a fantastic album. Although, I mean, he sounds great, but I don't know that I love the production on that. It's all a bit sibilancy, a bit toppy. And so, yeah, not the greatest recording, but he sounds excellent, of course. Oh, one of my favourite records. I've got a few copies of this. This is The Beat Goes On by the South Australian Police Band. This was recorded in, I guess, the early 70s, somewhere there. And it's got on here, to Chris, Peter and Jared, Merry Christmas, love Mum and Dad. So that was my grandfather and my nan from 1977. I was 2 years old. And on the front here, that's my dear late grandfather, Harry Waite, playing the sousaphone with the South Australian Police Band. And that record means an awful lot to me. So whenever I see it in a shop, I always try and pick up another copy of it. So anyhow, I've got a couple of copies of that. Don't see it much anymore. Some Pink. My wife's a fan of Pink, and why wouldn't you be? She's amazing. And then a bit of Pink Floyd and some Oscar Peterson Trio to complete the cube. And it is all a little bit squishy in there, isn't it? So, but you know what? I don't think that worked. I think I'm pushing that all the way back. Hang on. Gotta have a look over the top. Yep, so that hasn't worked, that hasn't held. Disappointing. So either I've got to cut it a little bit longer and can create a bit more compression in there, or in this case, because the back of this cabinet is quite close to the wall, I have this little bit of a ledge here and have everything pushed back hard, and it's hard against the wall. And that's not terrible either. What do you think? What do you think I should do? It's not really the outcome I wanted. I'm going to have to try it with the little holder here and see if we can get a bit more tension on that. I don't know how that's going to work, or even if it will. I can put a lot of tension on that, but it still feels like it's going to slip. And I don't know how I'm going to turn it like that when it's got the sleeve over the top. Maybe I don't need to. Maybe once it's that width, I can just sort of squish it in. It wants to turn, being squished in. All right, so that's going to be plan B. I'll stop the video now and I'm going to have a go at that. Stand by. All right, so I've got the tension rod in there now, and it does feel a bit more secure, like it's not going to move. So I'll start loading these back in and see what sort of a result we get. Look at this record I found. The Gold Experience by Prince. So this is a replica of the expanded limited edition promo version of Prince's 1995 album on 2 gold LPs. They're gold, that's amazing. It was part of Record Store Day a while back, and then they did that reissue. Stoked to have the Gold Experience on vinyl. Fantastic album. All right, pop these back in. Let's see what we get now. So hopefully that's not moving. Nah, see, that's not moving now. That's a much better outcome. I'm thrilled. I'll go back and I'll do the whole lot in due course. I'm not doing it tonight, it's quite late. But that works. So there's a solution for your IKEA Kallax. If you don't want your records all sticking out and some pushed in and stuff, that is the perfect, easy and cheap solution to your problem. So thanks for sticking around to see that happen. Please like and subscribe. I don't really like asking for people to like and subscribe, like it's a silly YouTube channel, but if you think there's some value here and you enjoy music and you enjoy vinyl and stereo systems and live music, and maybe you're a musician yourself, then hopefully you find some value here at Jared's Place for Music.